Yes, okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So basically, this is the crime scene investigation, and the two major parts about this is showing the children that some of the techniques that we use in school have applications in everyday life or in society. Like the police can make use of blood types. It's not just for us. And microscopy is a very important tool in understanding and learning in society and in different sort of experiments or like this, like a crime scene. But the most important part is just to engage those students that don't normally get engaged. To have that student that feel like science, it's not for me, it's difficult, it's boring, I don't like it. To get excited about science and to get that thrilling experience of like this is fun. And so it's based with the students first enter the classroom and finding a murder scene where I made this body on the floor. It's blood, it's just some fake theatrical blood that I've used cardboard to line. It's a broken glass and it's this vessel with some sort of weird liquid in it. And then they find these evidence materials. So we have DNA from a cigarette on the top of the dead body. We have 2 different blood samples. We have 4 sets of fingerprints. And we have hair that is found on the victim's clothes. So using these 4, they will then start to rule out suspects and victims. And they will come up with 2 people. One is the killer and one is the victim. And they use the like example that when they look at the hair, they look in microscopy for that. And it's from an animal. And all animals' hair have different structures. So they have this key to look at, and they look at the microscopy, and then they look at this, and they're all like, "Oh, okay, it's a cat. It's a cat's hair." Because the cat has a very distinguished pattern like a ladder on its hair. So they can see that it is that, and then they understand that, okay, so the victim must own a cat. And they are then left with also 2 evidence materials that does not really give the victim and the murderer. It's a vessel with some new novel antibiotics, top secret, and spores from very, very lethal anthrax bacteria. And I leave that with a very loose end intentionally because I want the students to make up a story. So the next time I see them, they sit down in groups, the same group that solved the crime. And they start to brainstorm how and why was this murder taking place. So there were a lot of researchers at this hospital, and something to do with antibiotics. We know there's a problem there. It's difficult to take up to develop new drugs. Are they having a conflict? Have someone stolen someone's research, or does it have to do with this very lethal anthrax? Is it that one? Is that the murder weapon? But then why was it blood on the crime scene? So a lot of loose ends, and they get to decide. So on the 3rd occasion, they give me a play and each other a play. So they show all of this story. They get to kill each other in the classroom, and basically just use all of their knowledge and all of their this excitement about this to I don't know, create a Cluedo kind of